Back to Forget Me Not, where we continue on with all of the homo and try to figure out what the hell is fucking wrong with Michael and with all this weird stuff. Okay, we're just getting started. Michael looks shocked, and even I am slightly taken aback by his speech I gave just now. I don't know what it was, I can't remember. Well, I guess you're right. What are you, Mr. Positive? You somehow always know what to say to people in the moment. Positive? I'm actually a really negative person, though. Yeah, it's like a paradox. It's creepy. We joke around until we reach the intersection between our neighborhoods. I get ready to split up, but Michael offers to walk me home. Are you sure? Won't that take a while? Nah, it's cool. Besides, it's not safe for a guy like you out so late. Something. What's that supposed to mean? Michael smirks at me as I glare at him, and he looks away. I'm kidding. But really, we don't live so far apart. I'm just like 5 minutes away. Well, if you say so, I say to myself, and he walks me back to my house. Michael's very energetic while remembering all the houses in the neighborhood, since he used to live here not so long ago. That's probably why he wanted to walk me home. When we reached my house, we chat a while before saying our goodbyes. Michael leaves for home. I start to walk inside before realizing something strange. Saving real quick. Yeah. If I remember correctly, he should have dropped me off and walked back up the street. Instead, he walks down an opposite street. He could have been taking a longer way home, or is he even going home? I sigh and shrug the thought away. I spend the rest of the night doing chores and getting myself prepared for the next day of school. When I finally go to sleep, though, I can't shake off the feeling that there's something not right about Michael. There's got to be more to him than he appears to show. Alright, guys. Guess what today is? That's right, Research Week. I think I'm changing his voice, maybe not by much, but like every time I do him, I don't know. An agonized sigh escaped from most of the class. Even I let out a growl. Research projects were no funny business. Not to mention Mr. Dubois likes to choose groups himself. I'll probably end up with people I don't even like. People who hate me just as much as I hate them. I know that feeling. The chances of getting with the only 2 friends I have in this class is not so likely. I put my pencils down and grab a stack of sheets being passed down the row. It's a project guidelines and materials along with the rubric sheet. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll get a group that'll have as little communication as possible. Gotta cross my fingers. I saw my name on the paper and look up when Mr. Dubois' voice breaks through the chatter in the classroom. I've already assigned groups beforehand, because I know you kids like that the best. He lets out a hearty, sadistic laugh as the class glares at him grimly. Anyway, without further ado, I'll announce all the groups. And no, you can't change your groups. Even if I somehow agree to change them, it'd be better for a pretty damn good reason. Mr. Dubois begins listing people's names, but my mind drifts. To what? Okay, sorry, whatever. For the past week or so, I've been having some troubling thoughts. To be more specific, it's about Michael. A day at the cafe. When I met him in the bathroom, something wasn't right. The situation was weirdly suspicious. After that moment, it was like all my perceptions had been shattered. I felt like he was hiding something. Something with that coach, the vomiting, and his creepy phased-out emotions. It didn't feel right at all. And I've been thinking about it recently. Is maybe... Could it be possible? Could it be possible? Is Michael taking something? I don't think so. I wouldn't go as far as drugs, but maybe he is doing drugs because of the coach. Or something going on in his life. Overdosing medicine? That's crazy. Even if he was taking pills, he might have anxiety or something. It's a worrisome topic. However, my main concern is something on the other side of the spectrum. It has to be that man. The coach. Why else would Michael take a pill to calm him down? It has to be him. And the next groups are Roger, Evan, Emmett, and Michael. Oh, hey! Is that really quiet dude Roger? Or someone else? I think, someone else was named Roger. Oh, Roger's the guy that doesn't like Michael. And Evan was a really adorable, sweet girl. I look up as I notice my name being called. I completely forgot. The research project. I quickly get myself together and realize he's in my group. Roger. His name sounds familiar. Once I see him, I'll probably know who he is. Then there's Evan, a timid girl who sits with us at lunch from time to time. And lastly, there's Michael. Surprisingly, I got into a group with him. Maybe this project won't be so bad after all. At least I'll have somebody I can actually work with. Well, and Evan's really sweet. I swing my head back to the back of the room where Michael's seat is, but strangely, he isn't in a seat, or in any seat at all. Is he absent? Maybe he's just late. Well, even if he was, everyone has some days when they stay home. I slink back in my seat and feel a wave of anxiety crash into me. Great. I'll have to face the group awkwardly, just as I always do. I curse under my breath. Michael's lack of presence should be for a good reason. I know what that's like. Mr. Dubois concludes the group assignments, goes over some general directions, and in the last 15 minutes of class, we are finally prompted to meet our groups. Let's see this Roger guy. Oh god, he looks like an ass. Great, this group is going to be just great. I hate projects. I don't even want to be here. You don't know how bad I really just want to leave right now. Eyes narrowing into a glare, I finally realized where exactly I meant Roger. Oh, that's right. That's the guy who Sky is always battling with. Oh, okay, so you hate him on two spectrums. Michael and Sky. He's a popular kid. But if only the girls knew how much he complained. I feel like saying something completely rude and sarcastic, but I've got to hold my tongue and be a good boy for the project's sake. That's kind of loud music to talk over with this voice. Who else is in this group? I forget what voice I made for him, so it's gonna keep changing. Michael. I trail off, and immediately Roger's face twists into a distorted frown. Nice. You gotta be kidding me. Nope, I'm done. I'm getting out of this group. I feel like shooting myself. That's how much I really don't want to be here. Yikes. No, don't say things like that. A sarcastic grin slips across my face without meaning to. Oops. Hey, don't get sassy, you DBF boy. Yeah, you've gotten yourself into it too. If I kill myself, you're going with me. No, that's only with friends. Well then, I'm honored. Yep. Roger let out a chuckle. Nice. Wow, you're a dick. Thank you. Grumbling in defeat, he whips out a pencil and scribbles his name on a sheet. Everyone does the same, but she's so quiet neither of us really notices her there. It's rather sad, actually, how I have a feeling she'll be the person doing most of the work. I mean, at least you feel bad about it and you'll try to help, and Michael will too, but fucking Roger, bruh. Sighing, I start reading over the project directions again and wait for the bell to finally ring. Lunch is already over and I still don't see him around. By this time, I just accept that he's absent. The day is already halfway done and I stop by my locker to put away some of my books. As I begin to shut the locker closed, I see a figure out of the corner of my eye. Is it Michael? It's someone also opening their locker, and the distance between us is familiar. It's fucking Michael, idiot. Yo. Michael? To my surprise, it's Michael next to me. Why is he here? Oh, hey. He seems shocked to see me too, but maybe I just surprised him. I'm relieved to see that he's here today, but then another curiosity strikes me. Where was he, anyway? Hey. Where were you this morning? I tilt my head, awaiting his answer. Oh, I had a basketball meeting thing. Oh, a meeting? Well, in literature, we're in a group together, along with a girl named Evan, and I'm guessing it's Evan, not Evan, and that guy Roger. Oh, really? Michael smiles for a bit, then frowns slightly after. Roger, huh? Well, there's nothing else we can do about that, can we? But I'm glad we're in a group. Yeah. Isn't Roger that guy who hates his guts? I hope they don't get at each other's throats or anything. What's wrong? Huh? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking about Roger. Roger? Yeah. Oh, isn't he on your team too? At first I think about our project, but then remember, he's also on Michael's team. And if he's on his team, why wasn't Roger at the meeting as well? Michael looks a bit stunned, but I didn't realize it. But I practically pointed out his contradicting statement. I'm definitely not a sports person, but I doubt that's how team meetings are supposed to work. Oh, well, it wasn't a meeting for the whole team. It was just for me and a few other people. Oh, okay. My voice sounds a little bland, and I shut my locker and get ready to switch classes. I'm still thinking more into this than I should. Michael was gone for a long time, and for a coach to call a meeting with just a couple people, it's not actually that strange. I mean, it's happened to me before, not on like a sports team, but like just, some people have been forced to stay after class just to talk about a thing. It's either suspicious or just plain unprofessional. But then again, coming from that douche of a coach, what was I expecting? I look up and realize that Michael looks a little defeated. I'm about to ask him if he's really to move on when he speaks up. I know what you're thinking. Excuse me? It wasn't. Well, I perplexedly stare at Michael. I have absolutely no idea what he's trying to say, while fidgeting anxiously. He knows what I'm thinking? Does he mean that he seems suspicious? Whatever he's trying to say, it's making him seem even more suspicious. I don't say anything and stare wide-eyed as he stutters and averts the conversation away. It's nothing. Anyway, we should get going. Yeah. I pause, now feeling more wary about him than ever after seeing his behavior. We walk to our next class together in silence. We both seem to have a lot on our minds, and we don't speak the whole way there. When the last period of the day arrives, I notice that Michael gives me a text. We've exchanged numbers before, but this was the first time in a while we've texted each other. The message read, Hey, do you want to catch me up on some of the stuff that happened in class while I was gone after school today? At my house. I don't have anything to do today, so I might as well go. Saving real quick. Saving. Boop. Yes. Turn. Besides, I'm curious to see what Michael's house looks like. I text him back almost immediately after, agreeing to come over. I'll have to call my mom later on, but I'm sure she'll be fine with it. I put out my cell phone away. I put my cell phone away and read a book until the end of the class period. Well, we're here. Before I know it, I'm already over at Michael's house. It took about 15 minutes to walk there, about the same distance as my own house. His house was larger than I ever thought it would be. It looks new, probably built within the last 3 years, and the landscaping is beautiful. Somebody in the house definitely has to constantly maintain it. Somehow, though, I always imagined Michael to be a living alone type of person, not to mention it. I couldn't even fathom the image of his parents at all. I understand why you think of that because the whole high school dropout thing, but you guys are only 15. Legally, you're not allowed to live on your own, or drop out of school, or basically that, become an emancipated minor until I think at least you're 16 and you get parents' consent or a guardian's consent or someone's consent and go to court about it. But I don't think you'll have to do that just yet. Holy crap, your house is big. I let out a chuckle and look up at the house. I wasn't expecting it to be so nice. Is it a mansion? Michael turns around and grunts with a displeased frown. What's the matter, brah? It's not really that special. He locks the door without looking at his hands and lets me in. Nice. Thanks. That's very gentlemanly of you. I ship it! Aren't I always? I ship it so hard. He smiles and tilts his head to the side, then turns around to shut the door. I'm thankful he caught on to my sarcasm, but to the contrary, he usually is a gentleman. I still fucking ship it. Well, want to show me around then? I quickly change the subject and stare at in awe at everything in the living room. He nods and begins leading me into the room further into the house. We go into his bedroom. The interior is impressive, but I keep my compliments to myself for now. While I'm fascinated with the house, I can't help but wonder, where are his parents? Are they working? Well, I talked about how, when you were talking about how overprotective your mom is, he mentioned how he wished he had that. So obviously his mom cares whether or not he drops out, obviously. But she's not overprotective and he wishes she was, so there's that thing. Maybe she works a lot. And Dad, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a dad. Like you. The house feels so hauntingly empty. For here is the kitchen, and if you go down that hallway, there's a bathroom. But we'll probably be in my room upstairs. There's a bathroom up there, too. He lets out a sigh, and we both stand around for a moment in silence. He seems tired, maybe a little bit irritated. He was the one who invited me over, so there's not much I can feel sorry about. He either wants to catch up on the project or... Well, off to my room we go, I guess. He smirks and gently pushes me in the direction of the stairs. I gasped, suddenly erupted from my thoughts, but cleared my throat awkwardly, and got myself back together. That was on accident. I need to clear my throat. Took you long enough. We don't have all day to catch you up on things, you know. Michael raises an eyebrow mischievously and crosses his arms. Me holding you back? You've been pretty spacey lately, you know? You know. He pats me on the shoulder and then walks in front of me, leading me up the stairs. I glare at him from behind, wanting to say that he looked pretty bad himself, too, but decided against it. I know he has a lot to worry about anyway, and I'm surprised he can still hold out and smile and joke around like usual. I'm tempted to ask him what's wrong, and we're alone. It's a perfect opportunity. You know what says it's a perfect opportunity? To stop it right here and continue this on in the next video. So, I'll see you guys all later.